There are often moments in your life where you feel like if you went back and you met your past self and you were to tell them about things happening in the future, how would you convince your past self some of these things were about to come to pass? And honestly, if you were to like what if I was to go back, you know, 3 weeks before all this kicked off, and you were to tell me, oh, there's going to be a snap general election. Well, okay, past self, you might believe that. Okay, a future self coming to you and say there's going to be a snap general election in couple of days time. Um, there you go. Enjoy that. But but how on earth? How on earth would you then explain to your past self the number of gaffes that have come up, thus earning this election, or at least the entire Tory party campaign, as the Tory party comedy election? Because if I went back and a past self of mine, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I were to just explain to them the number of gaffes that happened just on the first day, the whole wet Rishi meme, the completely ignoring all the local volunteers that were going to go out and do all the work for you in London, the throwing out of Sky News live on the air after they had been actually invited there, the next day the whole Titanic disaster and the whole comedy of errors that happened throughout all that, the D-Day stuff, the stuff that's happened in between, the photos of, the Rishi Mouse meme actually coming to happen. The fact that, as I've said multiple times through this election, does not feel like an actual general election, just feels like a complete live action version of the new season of The Thick of It, election special. But here we are. And now, what I'm about to tell you is how this Tory comedy election could be about to go into overdrive and also about to descend into open Tory factional warfare. I don't think we have seen the worst yet. And bear in mind what we've had already. you know. Ooh. So before we get more into this, please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below, there's the Buy Me a Coffee link, there's the Patreon link as well, there's the YouTube thank you button, and of course, there's the Pony Club down below as well. And of course, remember, it is Pony Club Day as well. So there is a new video for all the Pony Club members with the YouTube subscription down below. And of course, if you are a Patreon member as well, you get access to that video as well. If you want to go see all those videos that we are making, like I say, we are slowly now piling on to 100. So that may actually be just shortly after the election. Who knows? So we'll probably do like a big hoopla or whatever for our 100th episode. And like I say, if you are a member of the Patreon or the Pony Club, etc., do comment underneath the videos about what you would like me to do for the 100th episode. Who knows? Maybe we'll pull an Ed Davey and we'll go to Thorpe Park or Chessington World of Adventures. Who knows what wacky stuff we'll get up to? But as always, thank you very much to everyone who does help and support the channel. But oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Pause for a second. Just put on pause every single Tory gaffe that has happened. Like, I know that's difficult. I know it's difficult. And I know you're struggling to, keep your sides held together through the sheer amount of comedy that we've had so far. But things could be about to get infinitely worse. So, obviously, yesterday we had the Tory Manifesto launch. And during an election campaign, there are like a number of key points that you should be really building up to, like really selling. So we've got, for example, postal votes when they are sort of hitting the doormat. Most people with a postal vote, if they do get one, make their decision and repost that postal vote within at least 24 to 48 hours. So it's kind of important that you've got stuff going out to sort of, influence those people. Nothing the Tories did about that whatsoever. But, of course, the manifesto launch obviously is the big one. It is the big showcase moment. And the fact that you had such a low energy Sunak doing this announcement with a manifesto that just seems to be completely having everything but the kitchen sink thrown at it. And bear in mind, a lot of people I think have misunderstood uh, Starmer's comment about, oh, it's a Jeremy Corbyn type manifesto. Well, in 2019, Corbyn threw everything, including the kitchen sink, into that manifesto. Everything he could possibly think of. That's where I think Rishi Sunak and the Conservatives have done the same as well. That there is no coherent narrative to the manifesto. Just judge this manifesto by what the 2019 manifesto and what Boris Johnson was telling the story to the British public with that manifesto. The difference between the manifesto launches is night and day. And yet, here's where it's about to get even worse. So you've got your official Tory manifesto here. That's your official Tory manifesto, right? That's where everyone's meant to be supporting it, right? Oh no. Remember, we've been telling you for a couple of weeks now there are Tory MPs who are determined to completely ignore CCHQ, completely ignore that national campaign launch you've just had, and try and fight their own battles to keep their seats on local issues. And as we keep on saying, how did that work out for all those local councillors that did that same thing as well? Begging with people on the doorstep, please don't vote for us based on national issues. Well, guess what? The guy who's responsible for your national issues is now turning up on your doorstep to try and get your vote. How well do you think that's going to go down? But now there are rumors going around that the Tory rebels have their own manifesto. So possibly, maybe this week, maybe in a couple of days' time, we could have two Tory manifestos. We could have the official one, and we could have the rebel Tory manifesto, because they are now saying that they are going to try and force Rishi Sunak to adopt that manifesto when he's just done a big launch of what is meant to be the official Tory manifesto. Things could be about to genuinely explode in the Tory party, because if that happens and Rishi Sunak capitulates in any way, shape, or form, or even the fact that rebel Tories have their own individual manifesto launch that they are running on, there is going to be at that point open factional warfare within the Tory party. They are going to tear themselves apart. And them doing this during an election campaign, I'm sure that's going to go down amazingly well with the voters when they are continuously expressing their, how fed up they are with this type of Tory infighting. So, if you think you've seen the worst so far of this campaign, well, hold on to your sides, because the worst could be yet to come. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, please do click on the like and the share button on your way out. And of course, down below, there are links to help support the channel as well. The Patreon, the Buy Me Coffee link, the YouTube thank you button, and of course, the Pony Club down below as well. So as always, until next time, we'll see you all very soon.